Hey guys, so today is my second video of my CD collection. It's going to be a lot smaller than the first box, so it's not going to be like a 45-minute video again, hopefully not. But you know me, I like to talk about music and movies, so first title here is a live concert from Soundgarden called I think it's a compilation though. It just says Live USA 1994 on the back. It's a real disc. It's a real pressed disc. It's from, I think it's from Germany actually. Yeah, it's a German import. You guys can't really read that track listing. Rusty Cage, Jesus Christ Pose, Black Hole Sun. It's got Fell on Black Days, Super Unknown, The Day I Tried to Live, Slaves and Bulldozers, and a couple other tracks on here. We got the reissue of The Breeders. Forget the name of the album, unfortunately, but it's got Cannonball on here. There's 3 discs on here. There's a demo, his disc, and then a live show from Stockholm on here. So pretty cool. I like this album a lot. Let me put these two together since they go hand in hand. We have CKY's. This is their fourth studio album, Carver City. Not my favorite album of theirs, but it's alright. It's pretty decent. This is the bonus track edition. And then we have Darren Miller's acoustic album here. Former lead singer of CKY, I should say. He's gone on to, he's in, 96 Quite Bitter Beings. He has a new band, so. Next up we have another one of those multi-album sets. This is the Faith No More one with The Real Thing. That's the one that has Epic on it. Angel Dust, which has Midlife Crisis on it. King for a Day, Fool for a Lifetime. Evidence is a good song on that album. Album of the Year, Last Cup of Sorrow, it's a good song. What else is on here? And then they have a live show on here too from 1990. So there's your track listings right there for each album. This is pretty much the whole. Actually, until they release their new album. This is every single Gaslight Anthem album there is out there. So we have Sink or Swim, the 59 Sound. It's a really good album. I got an EP here called Senor and the Queen. We have American Slang. We got some stick in here. Handwritten. Get Hurt, and the B-sides. You can say I'm a fan. I mean, who doesn't like Brian? How do you say his last name? Fallon. We'll save that one for when we get to more of their albums. We got Rob Zombie's Hellbilly Deluxe. I've had this album, this particular release, since it came out. It's not in the best condition, but it's okay. I don't know if I had the reissue of that. I should probably look into that. Sorry, these are all out of order. We have the Nixons, FOMA. Really decent, alternative / post-grunge band from the 90s. This is the one that has Sister on, the song Sister on it. That was the song that was they're most famous for on this album. We got the title track, FOMA. Sweet Beyond's a good song. Fellowship, Drink to Fear, another Placebo, MTV Unplugged. We got Primus's Brown Album, different drummer in this one, Brian Mantilla. This is the album with Shake Hands with Beef on it. Over the Falls, Hats Off, Fisticuffs. We got Big Black. This never came with an actual cover art. One of my favorite albums of all time, Kitty Spit. We have, this is actually a pretty good band. They're still together. This is their first album from '98. This is the Flashing Astonishers. And then we have their second album on Involuntary Bliss. I like the first album better than the second one. This is the singer from Neutral Milk Hotel, Jeff Mangum. Yeah, Jeff Mangum. There was never a back to it. This is how it was released, I guess. Interesting. This is I have this on vinyl as well. This is the CD version. This is Kurt Cobain Montage of Heck, the home recordings. The vinyl actually has more tracks on it. This is just 13 songs on this one. And then we have Dishwalla's Pet Your Friends. I know a lot of people didn't really care for them when they came out. I grew up with them, so that's why I like this album a lot. Of course, you know, Counting Blue Cars, Charlie Brown's Parents, Haze, Miss Emma Peel, Give, you know, really, I like alternative music, what can I say? Another Primus album here, this is the one from 2017, this is the Desaturating 7. I'm a big Alkaline Trio fan, so I have to have anything that Matt Skiba does, I think is gold. So we have his Matt Skiba and the Secrets Cuts album. This actually has the bass player from AFI in it, Hunter, and Jared Alexander on drums, and producer Rob Schnapf on lead guitar in this album. Pretty cool. We got Prophets of Rage. This is Rage Against the Machine with who are the Chuck D, Be Real, and DJ Lord. Yeah, and then the backing band obviously is Tom, Tim, and Brad from Rage Against the Machine. So it's your typical rap rock band. Really enjoyed them. A lot of people, I have her first couple albums. I didn't get the last one because he actually was, I think it was download only, even though you could buy the artwork and everything, but there was no disc inside, so what's the point? So we have Lord, Pure Heroine, or Heroin. This is the album that has Royals and Team on it. Oh, there's my Queens of the Stone Age self-titled album. Yeah, I don't know why they had to censor it. It's just, you know, you're not really showing anything. It's all covered up. But this is probably one of my favorite albums of theirs. Songs that I like, obviously, Avon, Regular John, If Only, Walking on the Sidewalks, You Would Know, Mexicola. Yeah, this is the bonus track edition. You got 14 songs on it. The funny thing is, though, it shows Nick Oliveri on the back. He actually wasn't in this album at all. It was just Josh and Alfredo. And a couple other random musicians on different songs. Another Queens of the Stone Age album, Lullabies to Paralyze. This is the, I think there's a, yeah, there's a DVD in here too, 2-disc set. This is the album that has Burn the Witch, Everybody Knows That You're Insane, In My Head, Little Sister, Everybody Knows Little Sister, that's a good song. I Never Came, Someone's in the Wolf. I could listen to this album all day, every day. Another, actually, I think, where is, well, this is 3 of their albums. I have another two of them somewhere else. So this is the Mighty Lemon Heads, the Mighty Lemon Drops. So we have Laughter, we have The Sound, or just Sound, and Ricochet. What is the main hit off their album? It's not on any of these. I think it's called Inside Out. It's from their 2nd album. We have Alcohol Funny Car, another band from the 90s that people tend to forget. It's pretty cool. The album is called Time to Make the Donuts. It actually has someone with donut eyes on the back. So 90s. We've got Melvin's Houdini. This has, I think Kurt Cobain's actually in this album on like 2 songs. Yeah, I think he's on Spread Eagle Beagle and what's the other song he's in? I don't know if it actually credits him in here or not. Yeah, it says he appears courtesy of DGC on here. I think he's in Sky Pup also. Yeah. I think he's in the song Sky Pup and Spread Eagle Beagle. Yeah, if you guys like the Melvins, let me know. Is this the one? Yeah. It's another cool, like, I guess you can call them a punk rock band. It's called The Tank. There's No I in Band. I think they're from, yeah, they're from California. They're on Dr. Strange Records. I think every punk rock enthusiast has this in their collection, either on vinyl or CD. This is a split CD with Matt Skiba and Kevin Seconds. Kevin Seconds is from 7 Seconds, obviously, and Matt Skiba is from Alkaline Trio. He did a little time with Blink-182 as well. I think we have pretty much this whole stack. No, not quite. We have, what is that? Chili Peppers albums. We have What Hits, Blood Sugar Sex Magic, One Hot Minute, Californication, and Stadium Arcadium. One of my favorite bands right here. This one. We have Alroy's Revenge. This is the album that has She's My Ex on it. This has Scott Reynolds singing lead in it. They had like 3 different singers. I think Scott comes back occasionally, but you know, it's yeah. He's not officially in the band anymore, but sometimes he does like shows with them. Of course, you gotta have some Cyndi Lauper in your collection. This is She's So Unusual. We have a punk band called Extra Large. This is, the singer doesn't do anything anymore, but you had Warren Anthony Fitzgerald and Josh Freese on here. They're from the Vandals at the time. Well, Warren's still, yeah, they're still there though. And then the bass player from Big Drill Car is in here as well. So, really good punk album. And then you got this other band that, yeah, the Riverdales, another good punk band. You got Tool's Opiate. The next two are, these three are all bootlegs. These are all Tool live shows. Ozfest '98. This one is Candlelight Dream, which is also from '98. And then this is FM Tracks in Chicago '96. There's 12 songs on here, but it doesn't say what the last 3 songs are. Got a lot of soundtracks in this box too. Alright, so we have 2 of my favorite albums of all time. So this is Lemonheads, It's a Shame About Ray. This is the album that has obviously Mrs. Robinson, but that's not my favorite song on here. Got the title track, My Drug Buddy, Allison's Starting to Happen, Kitchen, Bit Part, a bunch of bonus tracks, and a live DVD. Sorry for the glare, you guys can't really read that. And then we have Jimmy Eat World's Bleed American, aka self-titled album, because this was released, I think it was released the day before 9/11, and then they went bad to change the title track, or change the album name. This has the album, 3 bonus tracks, and then disc 2 is nothing but B-sides. I remember when this came out, this was probably one of my biggest sought after items. Still happy to have it in the collection. This is White Zombies, Let Sleeping Corpses Lie. This is pretty much everything they did before they got really big. So the first 3, I guess the 4, hang on. I think this is all their, I think this is all of their albums released together. Yeah, so you get, this is a 5-disc set. And then you get the packet. So I think this is all their full discography, to be honest with you. Because it's got their 3 albums they did before they got signed, and then obviously you get Les Exorcisto and B-sides, and then you get this is all their stuff, and then you get a DVD in here too with videos and a couple live performances. Okay, here's my remastered version of The Smiths' Queen is Dead with demos and B-sides. Another one of my favorite punk bands of all time. We got Lagwagon. This is an album called Duh. This is 2-disc set of the album, and then demos and early versions. I think everything else in here are soundtracks, so we'll fly through those real quick. So they're not in any kind of order. I think they are in alphabetical. No, they're not. So we have Nightmare Before Christmas. This is the original soundtrack with a couple different covers from the album itself, from Marilyn Manson, Fiona Apple, Fall Out Boy, She Wants Revenge, Panic at the Disco, and then everything else is Danny Elfman. And then we have another Nightmare Revisited, which has different bands covering the songs. So we have Flyleaf, Rise Against, Korn, Sparkle Horse, All American Rejects, Shiny Toy Guns, Plain White Tees, Amy Lee, Rodrigo y Gabriela. Really dig this album a lot. We have Queen of the Damned soundtrack, and we also have the score. The Rocky Horror Punk Rock Show. This is a bunch of punk bands covering songs from the movie. Me First and the Gimme Gimmes, Alkaline Trio, Pansy Division, Big D and the Kids Table, Swinging Utters, Tsunami Bomb, the Ataris, and more. We have the Jeepers Creepers score from just the first movie. Got the Mallrats soundtrack. I love when you take the disc out, Jay's telling you to put it back. That's hilarious. I got a lot more in here than I thought I did. Alright. We got the Predator 2 score. We got Freddy's Dead. Yeah, I bought it when it had like a hole punched in it, so that kind of sucks. But, you know, really dig this soundtrack. It's got Goo Goo Dolls on it, Chub Rock, Iggy Pop, Fate's Warning. We have The Dream Child, Part 5. This one's got Bruce Dickinson, Romeo's Daughter, Wasp, Mammoth, Slave Raider, Houdini, Samantha Fox, Cool Mo D, Dr. Ice, and Schoolie D. And my case is broken, so I gotta replace that. Of course, we got Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Never saw this. It's based on a video game. Never played it. This is Stubbs the Zombie, the soundtrack. It's got Ben Queller, Death Cab for Cutie, Cake, The Walkmen, Dandy Warhols, Flaming Lips, Phantom Planet, and a couple other bands as well. This was a staple in my childhood. This is a really good soundtrack. It's based on Saturday morning cartoons with different bands covering theme songs. It's a lot of 90s artists on here. Liz Phair with Material Issue, Sponge, Semisonic with Mary Lou Lord, Matthew Sweet, Juliana Hatfield, and Tanya Donnelly, Clint of Soul, Butthole Surfers, Helmet, Ramones, Reverend Horton Heat, Frente, Violent Femmes, Dig, Face to Face, Tripping Daisy, Toadies, Sublime, The Murmurs, and Wax. We got the Goosebumps score from Danny Elfman. We got the score to Heathers. I think everything down here is the actual album. We have The Dangerous Lives of Altar Boys, believe this is also score from the movie. Yeah. Yeah, it's all score, but it's Marco Beltrami, and then of course we have Josh Homme from Queens of the Stone Age. I got the Clerks soundtrack. The score of Apt Pupil, really good Stephen King adaptation. This album here is kind of sought after if you guys are big Dave Grohl fans. He did the score to this whole movie called Touch. It's got, well, it's not just him, it's his band that he had. It's more of a project before the Foo Fighters called Late. We have 13 tracks on here, and he performed everything himself except for, I think, there's Louis Post from Verk Assault's in one song, and then I think John Doe, I believe he was from X, he's in another song on here. We got the score from Critters. I think that's it for soundtracks in this box. No, actually, no. I don't know where number 2 is, but we have the soundtrack to Turtles 1 and 3. Alright, well, if I find any more, I will let you know. So we have a pair of Ramones albums. We have Road to Ruin and Halfway to Sanity. Really, I'm a big Ramones fan. And then we have a compilation of Ramones songs for kids called Brats on the Beat. This is performed by the Gabba Gabba Haze. This is members of Goldfinger, Eagles of Death Metal, and the Shocker, and it has a few special guests in here from other punk bands. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, we have Jim Lindberg from Pennywise, Matt Skiba from Alkaline Trio, Brett Anderson from the Donnas, Greg Antonito from Bouncing Souls, Nick Oliveri from Queens of the Stone Age and Mondo Generator, Black Dahlia from the Dwarves, Emily from Go Betty Go, Ash from Guff, Spoonie, Tony Reflex from Adolescence, and Jack Grisham from TSOL. So pretty cool. Have some legendary punk artists in there. This is a rockabilly band called Elvis Hitler. This is from 1988. Really good rockabilly stuff. You guys like that kind of music. Some random CD I found a long time ago. This is a band called Leftovers. I gotta go back and listen to that. I don't remember that one too much. Really good alternative band from the 90s, Silverjet. This is their only album. This is the quote-unquote canceled Powerman 5000 album. Anyone for Doomsday. At least I think it was canceled if I remember correctly. It was reissued, I guess. You got here Moving Targets, really good band. Johnny Walker, I think they're punk or they're ska, but yeah, it's all in Spanish on the back, so I believe they're No, it's punk. It's not ska. It's punk. I forget where they're from though, but it's I know pretty much all of it is in Spanish on the back. A couple songs are not, but if you guys read those tracks, you can tell it's all Spanish. And then we have, this is a compilation from the Vandals. I have most of these songs already from on other albums, so this is, the Vandals play really bad country tunes. This is when they were more of a cowpunk band. Some of these songs on here are actually from, I forget the name of the album, but it's from the mid 80s. Yeah, I think it's from 87. But it's got, almost every song on here is from that album. But there's a couple songs that are not on there. Yeah, we have Hardcore Devo. This is Volume 1 and Volume 2. This is just random stuff that were never released on albums. Different versions of songs. Okay, a couple more stacks, but we'll get through it. We have the Gits, Frenching the Bully. The lead singer of the Gits was unfortunately murdered, but they found her killer, and he's locked up now. Another Peg Boy album. Like I said, really good punk music there. We have Scream. This is Dave Grohl was in Scream before he joined Nirvana. He's not in both. These are two albums. He's only in one of them, but really good band there. Of course, you guys have some Dead Kennedys in your collection. This is a compilation called "Give Me Convenience or Give Me Death." First Third Eye Blind album. Local H's first album, Ham Fisted. The Dead Milkmen's, Buck Fellini. This band's okay. I might not keep this though. This is Alloy. This is, I forget which Red Rider album this is. Like, it's Neruda, but I don't remember if it's like their 4th album, 5th album. I don't know. Not as good as the other one I told you guys about before. Alkaline Trios, Maybe I'll Catch Fire. This is the one with Radio on it. And Maybe I'll Catch Fire. Madam Me. This is, so Phoenix, Texas, or TX, or whatever you want to call it. This is, they were originally named River Phoenix, but they had to change the name. So these are this is their first EP, and then this is their first album. They had to change their name, obviously. And then we have the Black Album, not Metallica. This is The Damned, the Black Album. This is from 1980. 2 disc set. We're almost done, guys. The Offspring's Americana. Orgy's first 2 albums. We have Candy Ass and Vapor Transmission. The Adventures of Jet. Really good, like, I guess you say alternative music. We have Ben Blues Travelers 4. More Jack White. Lead singer of Gaslight Anthem, Brian Fallon. We have some Coffin Cats, really good rockabilly, psychobilly type music. we have Wall of Voodoo. This has a different, Stan Ridgway is not in this, different singer. It's not terrible. I prefer Stan Ridgway over, I forgot the guy's name in that one. 311's self-titled album. Really good British punk here, Buzzcocks. This is a compilation. Last stack, we have compilation of songs covered by other artists of Mark Mulkey. He released this for his wife that passed away. If you guys don't know who that is, it's the singer from Polaris and Miracle Legion. I wish this band released more albums than just this one. This is My Head, Endless Bummer. Really good alternative post-grunge type music from 1996. We got a Buzzcocks cover album here with other punk bands. Digits, The Fluid, Lunatics, Big Drill Car, Naked Ray Gun, Alice Donut. Then we got a compilation tribute album to Peg Boy. Matt Skiba's on here, but it's of course just the song everybody knows that he covered, Field of Darkness. Other than that, not a whole lot of other bands that really stick out to me, but still a good compilation. It's probably a lot of bands from the Chicago area because that's where Peg Boy's from. That's where Jerry Gibbons, he's a really good, like, folky type artist. Replacements compilation. This is just a 2-disc best of. If you guys don't know who the Replacements are, I highly recommend them. We got Godsmack's first album. We have this is a ska band. Randomly bought this years ago at an FYE, and I actually like this album. This is a band's called Turkey Mallet. The album's called Chiaroscuro. I don't know how to say that. Really good ska band. We have a Smith's live show from 1986. We got the Vandals, Fear of a Punk Planet. Got it at the Second and Charles for really cheap. Another album by Dax Riggs. Really good band from the 90s. They actually did the King of the Hill theme song. This is the Refreshments. It's their 2 albums. I have their first album as well somewhere, but these are their 2 major release albums. And then the last one here is it's not a bootleg, it's an actual pressed disc. It says it's a session album, but it's really not. It's just their first album with a bunch of B-sides and a couple demos. This is the punk rock sessions of The Offspring. Like I said, it's just the first album with early versions of Get It Right, early version of Tehran called Baghdad, The Blurb, which is a weird jam session, early version of Take It Like a Man, and then demo versions of Jennifer Lust of War, On a Patrol, I'll Be Waiting, and Blackball. So that's it for box number 2. Hope you guys saw something cool that you guys enjoyed. Oh, that's sad. Tom Jones died. So let me know in the comments below if you guys saw anything that you like, or if you're intrigued by, please let me know. This is really heavy on punk and soundtracks. So take care. See you guys next time. Bye.